Sombre et black, noir, check, em matière, meilleur qu'hier. Ma terre me manque, c'est ma place. E o velho sonho, viver em paz. Com o necessário, sem ter demais. Verde, mais, verde, mais, verde, mais. Família.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Looking at the last game for the Nuggets, it was a win against the Jazz at Energy Solutions Arena. A great win for them, and they rose to the occasion and pulled off the upset. Riding high right now. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play with guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. We are in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, live at the Pepsi Center, the home of the Nuggets. And, of course, Rodney Stuckey. They really haven't filled the void yet in the wake of his absence.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, Kevin, they didn't just let him go for nothing. They got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And that's the idea. You know, you want to build a foundation on which this team can continue to move upward. So certainly some fans unhappy to see him go, but fans will be patient, and they also continue to be fans.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Havlicek is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Klay Thompson. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
And for Cousins, those 20, 20, 10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Now here's McCollum following the miss by Chris Bosh. Outside, Walker. Here's Cousins. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Peyton kicks to Bosh. There's the screen on the wing, Thompson. No good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
Now, here's Cousins. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Utah Jazz. 4 on the shot clock. Tries from 10. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future. All right, a chance to check out the stats for McCollum. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Now here's Walker. An 11-point game for him in the win against Utah.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Pelicans trail by 4. Payton outside. The dish now to Thompson. Pass to Havlicek. Trying to get back on track. Here's Plumlee. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Plumlee's got his first basket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Here's Cousins, banked in off the glass.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Bosch heads the pick for Thompson. Back to Payton. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
And both free throws good for Payton.
And, you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
Now here's Bass. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Here's Payton, trailing by 4. Havlicek left side. Plumlee with a screen on Deng. Baseline jumper. No good. The Nuggets have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Walker. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Payton passes to Thompson. Here's Plumlee. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. The Pelicans trail. Payton outside. Nifty move, and it's good on the layup.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands.
Walker with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Thompson. He dishes it to Payton. Plumlee with a screen on Walker. Off the pick. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Payton.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Bass. Passes to Cousins. Will it go? And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point.
Take a break.
Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
And he makes the first.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice.
New Orleans making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. All free throws good from Cousins.
Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
Lets it go from the wing. No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kicks it to Bass. To the middle. Stolen by Havlicek. It's Thompson off the drive. And it's Denver with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, they did not necessarily a way they would have drawn it up, but they did get the job done a lot tighter than they wanted. But mentally, sometimes that can also give you a boost when you can win when you're not at your best.
I agree. They'll take it all the same, even though it wasn't pretty. And no matter how ugly it was, they're happy to get out of there with the W. A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. Boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Denver. Holiday comes in for McCollum. And the Pelicans also making a change. Conley's checked in. Cousins dishes to Walker. Shoots off the screen. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, his scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Here's Thompson. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Bosh, a screen on Middleton. Elbow shot is on the way. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away. No good from Bosh.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of fours like that on draft night.
Here's Conley following the score by Luol Deng. Here's Havlicek. The rebound by Middleton.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Holiday left side. Chance there to take the lead, missing. New Orleans gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Havlicek. Can't get it to go. And the Nuggets going the other way. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Here's Thompson following the basket by Chris Middleton. And Thompson kicks to Thompson. Outside Bosh. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Holiday against Thompson. The 11-footer. And it's off the back rim. No good. Pelican shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Here's Conley. And it's Denver with the rebound. Walker the pass to Holiday. Dang, a screen on Thompson. Holiday goes in from outside the arc. That's good from Dang on the assist by Holiday. Dang's got 5 points so far.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And we all know Drew Holiday is a tremendous talent. That's why he was traded for the draft picks that became Nerlens Noel 2 years ago and Elfrid Payton last season. Such impressive company that Holiday may be feeling the pressure to live up to it.
A different look for Denver. Lenz checked in for Cousins. Lance Thomas comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Udrih in for Walker. And then for New Orleans, C.J. Miles. He's checked in for Bosch. And it's Kid Gilchrist in for Havlicek. Miles dishes to Thompson. Right side, Conley. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now here's Middleton, following the miss by Michael Conley. Udrih for 3, and Thompson sends it back. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 7 points.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Denver in the lead. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Mike Malone had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the impact players on these two teams, the ones who can take over a game single-handedly. And he told me that Michael Kidd Gilchrist may already be in that category. He said he's a guy we've got to account for. He's just so relentless. If you're not ready to match his intensity level, he'll make you look bad. And Kevin, he said if they can limit his impact on the game, that will certainly help.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Well, what a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thompson outside. The screen from Thompson. Middleton against Kid Gilchrist. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up by 1. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker, who talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor. fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Plumlee, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with C.J. Miles. Then it's Conley, and it's Payton in at the 2. Here's Holiday, following the score by New Orleans. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
The pass to Plumlee, feeds to Payton. Back to Plumlee. Outside Conley. Plumlee sets the pick for Conley. The shot. And that one goes long. The Nuggets leading by 3. Outside Holiday. He kicks it to McCollum. Len sets a screen for McCollum. Back to Holiday. Looking for Bass. He gets it there. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Well, for New Orleans, shooting about 42% so far. Plumlee with a screen on Holiday. Stolen by Len. Now here's McCollum. D right on him. Double by Plumlee. Len kicks to Bass. Unloads from 13. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Bass has got 4 points now in the quarter. Pelicans trail by 5. Dishes to Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Back to Payton. Rebounded by McCollum.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Alex Len. And it's Kemba Walker in for Drew Holiday. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game, and it's good.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
The Nuggets leading by 5. The feed to Cousins. No luck. Plumlee with some nice D.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
McCollum kicks to Thomas. Screen by Cousins. Thomas passes to McCollum. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Plumlee's got his third rebound tonight. Payton outside. It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. Here's the floater. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 4 assists now tonight. The Nuggets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Walker kicks to Thomas. Back to Walker. There's the three. And again, Denver no good. Pelicans trail by 3. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Payton. To the middle. Here's Havlicek. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Outside, Walker. He feeds it to Bass. Outside, Thomas. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cousins. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Bosch, the screen. On the wing, Havlicek. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? And they were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
Luol Deng is checked in for Thomas. And New Orleans also making a change. Cole's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. On defense, New Orleans. Cullen passes to Walker. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And Cole kicks to Payton. Here's Cole. He is guarded by McCollum. Shot on the wing. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
Now here's McCollum. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And here's New Orleans now. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. There's a screen. Payton outside. Pass to Bosch. And the rejection by Cousins. The Nuggets trail.
And thinking back to the Pelicans' playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that 4th quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
That's good.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
The Pelicans have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Here's Cole. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Plumlee dishes to Cole. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked by Deng. And the shot is good. Now here's Walker. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. With some arc. They shoot again, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Outside Deng. Inside, Bass. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And that one's good from Havlicek.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Walker the pass to McCollum. back to Walker. Fires from deep, and the shot is good. Walker's got his second basket of the night. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth. And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
A different look for Denver. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bass. Holiday comes in for McCollum, and it's Udrih in for Walker. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Klay Thompson comes in for Gary Payton. Here's Cole. He's guarded by Udrih. Nice D from Cousins. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Suns.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Thompson, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Udrih.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And, you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Stolen by Thompson. Holiday against Conley. Here's the screen. Here's Havlicek. Niles, that's for two. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Well, Greg, for Thompson, last season an uptick in his free throw attempts and his assists, and Clark, a reflection of his activity with the ball in his hand.
He's a complete player. Terrific offensive player, outstanding defensively as well. And what I like about him is he never lacks for confidence. He stays aggressive at both ends of the floor. Nice job there to shake free of the defense and then drain the J.
Thompson outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. Conley's shot is off. Denver's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Holiday against Conley. Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. Here's Dang, and Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. 1:32 left now here in the second. And Dang, here we go. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Udrih, covered by Conley, and Udrih kicks to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And another shot. Offensive rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Conley against Holiday. Conley kicks to Miles. Down low, Thompson uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. Udrih with the excellent feed that time.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Now the dish to Thompson. The screen from Thompson. Conley with a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Conley's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pelicans. Holiday dishes to Middleton. Dang with the screen for Middleton. 17 seconds left in the first half of the game. Almost, but it rolls out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Havlicek kicks to Conley. Rejected by Len. They recover it. And that concludes the first half. Pelicans lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. Tell us a bit about the philosophy behind your game and how this team works so well together.
Yeah, I just try to come out and put my game and stay aggressive, I need to score to help this team win. I think me and the perimeter players doing a good job of that.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game could easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
That's going to do it for now, as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. He has 12 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Kemba Walker is out there with McCollum. Then it's Brandon Bass. Then it's Dang. And it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Payton, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Payton passes to Bosh. On the wing, Thompson. 6 to shoot. Plumlee sets the pick for Thompson. Shot off the screen. No good. And Denver the other way now. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Down low, here's McCollum. And he drops it in from the low post. McCollum's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Denver. Payton drives in. Here's Bosh. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career. But having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Well, getting back to Chris Bosh, it's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
It's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
Now here's McCollum, stolen by Thompson. To the inside. And John Havlicek the bucket on the assist by Thompson. Havlicek's got 9 points.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And here's McCollum. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. It's Thompson off the drive. Payton outside. Back to Thompson. A baseline J. No good. Nice D from Cousins.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Now here's Bosch. 6 points for him, and the basket good. And 11 points for Mason Plumlee.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
McCollum with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. Now McCollum to the middle. 6 to shoot. Here's Bass. And another miss by Denver. Pelicans leading by 9. Payton dishes to Havlicek. Back to Payton. To the paint. Here's Plumlee. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for New Orleans. Walker with it. He has 5. He dishes it to Cousins. Over to the wing. And here's McCollum for 3. And that one's good. McCollum's got 5. Oh, for the Pelicans last season, they were a tough matchup. The defense was one thing, but their mentality, the way they thought through the game was fantastic.
Yeah, and Kevin, you look at their record against other playoff teams, and it stacks up well. I mean, they made the playoffs by never thinking they were at a disadvantage on the floor. And having that kind of confidence in a young team, that only really speaks for a positive moving forward.
Now, here's Cousins. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist unable to get his shot to go.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Payton kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Payton right side. Inside. 5. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Denver with the ball. Following the score by New Orleans. Thomas passes to Bass. He's looking for McCollum and finds him. Pelicans pull it in.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor. and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now McCollum following the miss by Chris Bosh from deep. Here's Thomas. And again, Denver no good. Pelicans leading by 10. And Thompson kicks to Plumlee. Count the bucket. Plumlee's got 6 here in this quarter.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here's Thomas. To the inside. Bass dishes to Cousins. And we've seen it all, guys. The Nuggets have been in free fall the last couple of years. Part of that is their play at home, where GA, they used to be invincible.
You remember back in the day, Kevin, I mean, one of the most difficult places to play was in Denver. I mean, you're dealing with the thin air, but that hasn't been the case here of late.
George Karl just prided his team on what they did at home. And he knocks down the first one. And Cousins drops them both. New Orleans leading by 10. Payton outside. Pass to Bosh. They set the pick. On the wing, Thompson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, Denver ended with a 19-22 record at home last season, and that's a far cry from when the Nuggets would typically win 30 or more games at home.
For New Orleans, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Some information for us, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He went over the offensive plan and said that it hinges on running through Plumlee. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
And you'd have to go all the way back to their dreadful 2003 campaign to find the last time the Nuggets went below 500 at home. Very strange to see them be just mediocre in this building last season. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Take a look at what McCollum's done. 9 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
And so he makes both from the line.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
Now here's Payton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist penetrating. No good again that time. The Nuggets trail by 5. Well, last year for the Nuggets, they were really searching, and they finished 12th in the Western Conference. Greg, they were 30-52.
You know, not a great place to be.
No.
I mean, Kevin, Denver never really had a shot at the postseason, but weren't good enough to land a high draft pick either.
Payton passes to Cole. The kick out to Bosh. New Orleans moving the ball around. Bosh, the screen. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Kid Gilchrist has got 8 points.
And this shot is really a difficult shot to make. Right out of the spin to get your balance and knock down the jumper. That's strong.
Kicks to Cousins. Outside, Walker. And he banks in the layup. He has 7.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up. Pelicans
leading by 5. And Cole kicks to Bosch. Pass to Payton. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Lets it go. And it's Cole missing. Denver's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Lets it go from 11. And it's Cousins. That time on the assist by Walker. Now just a 3-point Pelican lead. Payton outside. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Feeds to Plumlee. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Bosch. Second and 3-point field goal percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to your point, I mean, a lot of his effectiveness has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone.
Now here's Walker. He's got 7. And the pass to McCollum. Thomas a screen. Here's Cousins. And the call against Lance Thomas. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. Lance checked in for Thomas. Holiday comes in for McCollum. And it's Udrich in for Kemba Walker. And then for New Orleans, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Plumlee. C.J. Miles comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Conley in for Cole. Pelicans leading by 3. Conley dishes to Miles. The screen from Thompson. To the paint, off the screen, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Here's Udrich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
Well, on the Pelicans, guys, they were 25-4. This is a good point, Greg. When they had 24 assists in games or more. League average on assists last year was 22 a game, Clark, so they were above that, and they played well when they were throwing it around.
Exactly, and they were right around the league average on the year. That record of 25-4 shows you just how dominant they could be when they were moving the ball and finding teammates.
Havlicek, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. So he gets them both. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Payton kicks to Thompson. Outside Conley. Payton passes to Thompson. Dishes it to Conley. Thompson sets the pick for Conley. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Tristan Thompson. Thompson's got 8.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Middleton outside. High post Cousins. Over to the left wing. Glenn a screen. Outside Holiday. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Conley kicks to Miles. There's the feed to Conley. His three-pointer's off the mark. And here's Denver. They're on a 15-6 run. Outside Holiday. Softly drops in the floater. Now just a 1-point Pelican lead.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater. There's the pick.
Havlicek dishes to Miles. The shot by Payton, and it's New Orleans scoring again. 1:24 left to play here in the third. Pass to Udrih. Len with a screen on Conley. Udrih the pass to Len. Holiday with the three. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Conley kicks to Payton. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Holiday. Inside. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And that one's good. Cousins has got 6 in the quarter.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
To the middle. It's deflected. Holiday against Havlicek. Payton dishes to Thompson. The rebound by Holiday.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Cousins. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. 20 points for DeMarcus Cousins. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Nuggets on top, leading by just 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Pelicans trail. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Lovely out there with Chris Bosh. And there's Klay Thompson. Then it's Conley, and it's Havlicek in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Havlicek. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Now here's McCollum. He's covered by Thompson. Len, a screen. Cullen passes to Len. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now here is Holiday. Good work defensively by Conley. Havlicek left side. Conley against Dang. Bosh kicks to Havlicek. New Orleans moving the ball around. Thompson right side. It's rebounded by Bass.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
It's rebounded by New Orleans. Bosh has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Lets a floater go. The offensive rebound. And that one's good from Havlicek.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Len. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Here's Thompson. Denver getting their last shot to go. Back to Conley. Pulls up on the elbow. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. The Nuggets trail by 3.
Nuggets call timeout. Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets Dancer. Let him hear it.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He told us, guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Denver making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now here's McCollum. He's covered by Thompson. Now here's McCollum. Clock at 6. Havlicek outside. The wide open look here for Bosch. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Outside, Walker. He kicks to Len. No good. Nice D from Bosch. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Down low. That's tipped. It's stolen by Bass. Here's McCollum. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets Dancer. Let him hear it.
Denver on D. Thompson inside the line. And the Pelicans miss again. Dang dishes to Walker. He feeds it to McCollum. Bass with the screen. McCollum passes to Bass. So they take the lead.
What a play there. The hoop plus the arm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Nuggets.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
They've also done a lot of good work in the post tonight. That's certainly been an advantage as well.
And that one's good.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Dang kicks to McCollum. Len sets a screen for McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Thompson comes with the double team. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. And the shot is long.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Conley into the lane. Inside. Here's Plumlee. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Walker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The dish to McCollum. Len passes to Walker. To the right side. Len, a screen. Walker dishes to Len. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Conley. Here's Thompson, and the layup falls. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Len, a screen. To the wing on the left. Now here's McCollum, guarded closely. From the corner, and right through it goes. McCollum's got the game tied up here for Denver.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Plumlee in the high post. X is there. Thompson from long range. The shot will not go. And Denver the other way now. And Walker kicks to McCollum. Back to Walker. Cash with the screen. Left side Walker. Pulls it up. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Bosch, the screen. Outside Conley. Corner shot. Here's Plumlee.
Looking at the game for Plumlee. 11 rebounds, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Plumlee. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Denver. And a change for the Pelicans. Gary Payton. He's checked in for Mike Conley. Plumlee hits them both. Nuggets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. McCollum passes to Walker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And it's on John Havlicek.
At the line for your Nuggets, C.J. McCollum. Taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Here's Payton. Bosch, the screen. Thompson, left side. From downtown, Cousins pulls it in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Chris Bosch. Here's McCollum. He dishes it to Cousins. Passes it to Bass. And he goes in for the dunk.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Plumlee with the screen. No one near him. And John Havlicek the bucket on the assist by Thompson.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Screen by Cousins. Kicks it to Bass. Pass to Deng. Fires the three. That's good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
New Orleans gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Payton kicks to Plumlee. Inside, Havlicek. And it's blocked by Deng. Screen by Cousins. Deng attacking off the screen. And then Cousins with the dunk.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Denver getting their last shot to go. 6 to shoot. Bosh the screen. Havlicek dishes to Bosh. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Bosh has got 10 points here in the second half.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
And Walker kicks to Bass. Outside Deng. Feeds to Cousins. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for your Nuggets, DeMarcus Cousins. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Now here's Bosh. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Check out the game for Bosh. He's got 13 rebounds, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And, Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Both free throws good from Bosh.
And that makes it a 1-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Your Nuggets dancers.
.158 left in the 4th quarter. And Cousins gets it to go.
And it looks like they left the defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
You look at DeMarcus Cousins, what a contribution.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets dancer. Let him hear it.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Payton outside. The 10-footer. Bosh can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 4. Outside, Walker. The pass to Bass. 1:29 left to play here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. Deng passes to Cousins. Some solid defense from Bosh. Pelicans trailed by 4. Payton outside. And Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Payton. 18 points for Chris Bosh.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets dancers. Let him hear it.
And Denver has possession. The lead is 2. Outside, Walker. Pass to Cousins. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Payton drives in. Bosh, high post. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Deng dishes to Walker. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Looking for Bass. He gets it there. Nails it.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
Now on the court, your Mario Nuggets dancers. Let him hear it.
So here is New Orleans. 4-point game.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So he comes up empty, missing both. Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
At the line for your Nuggets, Kemba Walker. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Payton kicks to Thompson. From the arc. Walker with the rebound. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Shooting for Denver, Kemba Walker. Taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one. So the Nuggets win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win tonight. We know you're a very intense player, but tonight you certainly seem to be having a lot of fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun. I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here frowning all the time. I'm going to try to keep smiling on myself.
We love to see you smile, DeMarcus. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
The thing I like most about Cousins is the passion he plays the game with. Maybe he rubs some people the wrong way, but I don't want my big man smiling all the time. I want my big man to be mean.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed 1.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.